Hello, good afternoon, Dolphins fans. Welcome back to a long-awaited Dolphins on 5 return. Have a great guest, of course, from 3 yards per carry, Alfredo Arteaga. We're going to get to him in just a moment. But before we start, I want to mention one of our flagship sponsors here at the 5 Reasons Sports Network, prizepicks.com Daily Fantasy. They have a lot of lines going for the NFL futures. You can bet over yards on Tua and the receivers as well. So many ways to mix and match, and I know we're really looking forward to the NFL season and working again with Prize Picks. So make sure you sign up and deposit using promo code 5 FIVE for a full deposit match up to $100. Once again, prizepicks.com. Use promo code FIVE. Alfredo, welcome back. What's going on, my friend? How are you?
First day of camp. It was fun. It was fun to be out there again. Different team, different vibe. Definitely a different coach. Taking selfies with the media. I actually came out in the selfie, although Ruthie Polinsky jumped into the selfie and kind of blocked where I was. But if you look at the selfie and you look at the third row, to the right of Ruthie Polinsky is me.
That's great. I was hoping Ethan would take it, actually, but then we might have only got one or two people.
No, if Ethan had taken that selfie, he would have taken a picture of like the practice field or something.
It would have been a meme for sure. But no, like you said, the vibe, it just seems like, just from that early little press conference in this morning, that it's a different energy. It's not stuffy. The team, it doesn't seem so uptight. It's like a looser vibe. But I kind of want to talk about some of the differences you saw day one this year in camp versus day one last year. Just general things like, what are your early thoughts and feelings on just how this team is meshing together early on?
Well, Coach McDaniel was asked before practice, I believe it was by Adam Beasley, where does he get his practice regimen from? And obviously, what is he going to say? He's going to say Kyle Shanahan. That's where he got it from. And he said that he's been through this process 6 times before, which obviously those are the 6 training camps he's had with Kyle Shanahan, and that he kind of takes what he's learned under Kyle Shanahan and just he's going to implement it now as the head man. A difference last year, the practices were much more up tempo, and they were kind of regimented to try to be as efficient as possible, trying to get in as much as you can into every single period of practice. This year is a little bit different. This year practice seems to have like a tone where it has a beginning and it does have an end. I can't divulge too much, but let's just say they start with, individual drills and they end up with 11 versus 11. It wasn't like last year. Last year, they used to intersperse everything. They used to have 7-on-7, then they have an individual drill, then they have an install, and then they will have 11-on-11, and then they'll go right back to individual drills. Last year was a lot more hectic of a practice schedule. This year, it's a little bit more methodical. Like you could tell, especially today, that today was an install day, and they were working with certain players, mostly new players to this system, like Melvin Ingram, Mohamed Sanu, and they were kind of like drilling them on what the new system entails and where they're supposed to be on certain, I can't say which downs or which personnel packages, but what they're supposed to be doing in certain situations in the game. So today was an install day, kind of slow paced and very, very basic boilerplate stuff on offense and defense.
Yeah, and you saw a lot on social media about the Tua Tyreek Hill connection. Anything you can elaborate on between those two players?
Well, Tua looked pretty sharp, generally sharp. There was one play where I believe that Noah Benogany intercepted him, and a lot of people believe that he did, but evidently it's being said that he actually dropped the pass in the corner. That was a very good play by Noah Benogany. But other than that, he had a very nice play action pass to Jalen Waddle for a 20-yard gain on a deep out. That was a really good delivery. And I believe that might have even been in front of Xavier Howard. So, yeah, Tua looked generally sharp. Tyreek Hill played his snaps. Jalen Waddle played, I believe he played a little bit more. I can't give you actual numbers. Dolphins don't allow that. But, all things go. They had that one good connection that got uploaded today to social media. So I'm pretty sure everybody's pretty happy about that.
Yeah, I'm thinking a lot of that negative narrative. The team was wanting to just put that behind them and just really cast Tua in a positive light. And I think he's receptive to that philosophy as well. And with the new regime changing of the guard and everything, everything, like you said, feels different early on, just in terms of how the team seems on the surface, like upbeat. Everything's kind of more positive. Whereas last year, things leading in, there seemed to be so much more uncertainty. Everybody's questioning. This year, it kind of seems like, okay, we have the team around him now, and let's just build from day one. So want to switch a little bit to the defense. I read about there were some good plays on defense as well, particularly against Teddy Bridgewater. I think there was a pick six. Can you give us a little bit on the defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater. I don't want to cast any aspersions, but I guess he kind of threw late across the field, and Trill Williams intercepted it and took it back for a touchdown from like 40 yards out. Trill Williams had a really nice day today in drills, individual drills, and I commented this a little bit earlier on OnlyFans that this secondary group is as good a group of athletes that I have seen maybe ever. And I've been watching practices down here for almost 30 years. This is a very nice looking group in the secondary. A lot of good athletes, from the obvious ones like, Noah Benogany also is, he's a spectacular athlete. But besides the obvious ones like Xavier Howard, Noah Benogany, Nick Needham, Trill Williams, Keenan Crossan, these guys they really do look the part. They're fast, they're long, they're lean. It's a really, really good looking group. And in my opinion, just having looked at it once again, yeah, this is the best group on this team. And this is a team that has some very good groups, because the defensive line is no slouch. And of course, the wide receiver group is stacked. But the secondary reigns supreme on this team.
Yeah, and obviously bringing in a couple legends in Sertan and Madison doesn't hurt as well. So what do you think about, just in terms of the offense for a second? I know that obviously Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, but where do you see how's Mike Gesicki today? Anything that that stood out from him, or any of the tight end group?
Well, today was a very, very basic day. So they were installing very basic stuff. I can't get into the personnel groupings, but yeah, you could kind of, deduce what they were trying to do. And it's just basically the 49er boilerplate base offense type of stuff that they were trying to get going today. So, Gesicki caught a couple of passes, but nothing to write home about. It was mostly in skeleton drills and stuff like that. He looks fine. So does Hunter Long. Hunter Long and Mike Gesicki seem to be playing pretty much the same position, and you guys can deduce something from that. But yeah, the whole tight end group looked all right. Adam Shaheen had a nice catch and run up the sideline. That one, I believe, was from Tua as well. So yeah, it's a good looking group. Can't divulge too much of what they were exactly doing, but I'll get into it more on Saturday for sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And obviously with the wide receivers and tight end practicing against this secondary, they're both going to make each other better as these camps and practices wear on. It's good to see these elite guys on both sides of the ball kind of get after it, day after day, and really work on improving. So what do you think fans should kind of look for the rest of this first week, just in terms of progressions as we go day to day?
Well, tomorrow, I guess, they're going to have practice tomorrow and Friday, closed to the public, but open to the media. I would say that they're going to take advantage of that and try to use those 2 days more to install stuff, which if you deduce and you put 2 and 2 together, we could have pads on Saturday. And if you have pads on Saturday, you're going to get some nice 11-on-11 action. You get to see the offensive line work. You get to see the defense work against the first-team offense. And that's going to be a lot of fun on Saturday. If you're going to come out, I would say Saturday is probably the day you want to come out, because it seems like they might be leading up to maybe pads on Saturday. I don't have it. There's not an inside report or anything. But I would say after 3 days of what looks like install stuff, they got to hit, right? And it makes sense to hit on Saturday.
That's the first day open to the public, correct? Is Saturday?
Yeah. So it makes perfect sense. Make that the first day you actually hit.
No, that's good. I'm just really excited to see them as they progress through training camp. So anything else that you want to report on in terms of just the first day?
Yeah, I would say if we're going to have and I know I understand that Alec Engel came in with the orange jersey today, so he was evidently the MVP of yesterday. Okay, I'm interested to see who's going to wear the orange jersey tomorrow, and I'm going to go ahead and try to predict it, and maybe, and you can see if I'm right or wrong tomorrow, as the team will for sure report this. I would say Trill Williams gets the orange jersey tomorrow. I thought he was the camp MVP today. So, and somebody right here on the comments is saying no pads until day 7, shells on Saturday. I guess that's the CBA. Although, isn't it like you can't hit 3 days in a row? That's the rule. But yeah, I got to dig in deeper into that. But yeah, Trill Williams should have the orange jersey tomorrow. Other things I can report: I saw Teron Armstead up close. He's as good looking an offensive lineman as I've seen here since Jake Long. Long, lean, strong athlete, looks great. Tua looks a little thicker than last year. Last year he looked a little bit leaner and muscular. This year he looks a little bit thicker. I like this cut of his jib, let's say. I like this body type a little bit better for a quarterback in the NFL. And of course, Jalen Phillips, what is there to say about him other than, he looks incredible, when you see him out there. And he has a different vibe. He has more of an alpha vibe this year. Last year, you could see him listening and following the veterans around a little bit more. This year, he's one of the veterans. This year, he's actually leading practice. He's actually telling guys what to do. And he has that leader vibe this year. So, and that's a group that's loaded with alpha types. When you get to Ogba, Melvin Ingram, even Andrew Van Ginkel, they're all very boisterous and talkative in practice. But yeah, Jalen Phillips, he was the biggest standout on defense besides Trill Williams, who, in my estimation, won the orange jersey today.
Well, it's exciting to see some other guys that maybe aren't household names making some early plays and impacts in camp. I know the offensive line and defensive line, there really probably wasn't much going on with those groups today, being the first day of everything. So anything to report on either one of those groups?
Well, I can't say where they actually played, but when the fans come out on Saturday, when you watch the tandem drills, you'll know who's playing where. Let's just say that. And yeah, they look fine. They're going to look fine. They're professional athletes, and day one of camp, they're in good shape. So yeah, tune in on Saturday and you get to see who's playing where and where the battles will be formed this summer for which positions.
Yeah, no, then there's definitely going to be a lot of good competition and a lot of upgrades across the offensive line. So it's going to be interesting to see who they roll with as far as the top 5 goes early on in camp. So, but I think we're going to wrap it up for this day 1 report. Want to thank Alfredo, and we're going to be back again tomorrow, and then as well from Saturday, reporting on the first true big practice of camp. So
tomorrow you have coach availability at 9:45. Practice is at 10:25. So we'll try to do it at the same time tomorrow.
Sounds good. Appreciate everybody watching, and make sure to follow Alfredo and 3 yards per carry for all the latest updates on the Miami Dolphins. Thank you so much.